5 seconds adrift actually. That went up big time in the...
David Gonzalez in second place. You're looking back from Ariarte at the number 11.
Towards 2A, he has now been pushed back to 8th position. So it's actually 1-2 final sector alone. So this is a real chasing group. I don't think they're going to be able to catch back on.
Of Gonzalez, then the 95 of Marco Morelli.
3 in the championship, and the 5th rider of the championship, Beñat Fernandez, into 4th place in the race. Just got to do something very special. Morelli's doing what he did back in Assen last year. He's just basically saying, up the climb they come, across it's behind him, all the way from near enough the back row of the grid. What a ride this is for him. I'm absolutely having it. If you're quick enough, come with. If not, I'll see you at Parc Fermé. Start finish line again, 9 laps to go. This time around, Pratama getting bullied all over Beñat.
Absolutely superb, and a great run from Hakim Danish as well. That's right. Now Beñat Fernandez, as I say, he's carrying a wrenched arm into this. Also carrying
over the place, Peter. He was 13th crossing the line that time around, but just jumped up into 11th place.
You know, Hakim, you know, he started the year with 5 second places, and then sort of a small injury is sent Latoni up the inside goes Brian Ariarte.
As we look in towards turn 1 again, goodness me, a lot of riders got close, a bit too close for
a win. He can do it. It's just a mental thing that has messed up the recent races for the Malays. To take second place from David Gonzalez, superb stuff.
Going to rename him Larry Lumford into turn 1 there, flicking it left down here and then right again into the omission.
He's obviously expunged that from his brain now, and he is battling for the lead.
It's Sunge after that one, because that was brilliant.
But it was the David Gonzalez move, really, wasn't it, on the brakes?
He can curve.
I wonder if these guys, you know, some of the bright sparks are saving tyres.
Such a different dynamic, Peter, from being the predator and the prey. You know, they were chasing him.
But yeah, anyway, he replayed that superbly. So now Zenmitane is at the back of that group. He's a bit, because in qualifying, the first pole and second quickest time was set, I think,
all the time throughout the season, but now he's on the back foot again. Ariarte's the one
came into the weekend carrying a wrenched shoulder and said that in the first race he just had 3 or 4, and this is a 19-lap race. So I wonder if,
with more things to lose per se, with a 4 points gap out the lead, and it's amazing how
hang in the group, you know, because he wanted to save the shoulder as much as possible. Then someone like Ariarte just doesn't want to try the big breakaway because he knows it's going to...
That could just change a rider's mentality.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, Ariarte is over the last couple of laps, he said, I just closed my mind to the pain, closed my mind, looked ahead, and 8 tyres left at the end.
Down the bottom of the hill they come.
Strong mentally, and you see he actually had the better line than Veda through there and went for it. And he said, I'm going to do the same thing in race 2. So that is why, as much as anything...
And the big climb up starts again. Gonzalez looking for the lead this time. He looks up the inside.
He got the drive out of it. Veda caught him going into the corner, but Brian Ariarte then is sitting there in 5th place rather than battling hammer and tongs at every corner with the guys.
But Ariarte says, no, I'm going to start drilling the pace now. Personal best last time around.
Did right and then left better to get the drive out.
On that penalty
ahead of him.
Well, there we go. Smart lads, smart lads. We look back down the order then. It's Carpushin and Beñat Fernandez. For the Santander rider, by far the quickest rider on track, actually. That was half a second quicker than everybody else. As well, Pamon and Yane, due to exceeding track limits. He's down in 20th at the moment, fighting with Amadipa. Plump. Pugliese's fallen off the lead.
We almost lost
that time around pretty well.
They fan out across the track. Who's late on the brakes? Ariarte is...
Plonk, who also had a long lap penalty. Agostinelli is just ahead of them. He's done his long lap. That was a big moment, wasn't it? And he's still keeping it pinned. Ariarte, though, responded.
Really good into the left-hander at the bottom of the hill. That's where he passed Ramadiza to win.
Lap penalty as well.
Oh, and Brian getting it a bit sideways on the brakes going in there, but he...
faster and faster, lap by lap, 144.9 this time around. Well, this race is...
Yesterday, and he's absolutely superb, and of course it's so crucial, but he's lost now the lead to the... presumably ruined his concentration having to do the long lap penalty. And
absolutely on, isn't it? Morelli decides to let. Is he doing that because maybe a wet patch caught him out?
Number 17, the white helmeted Yaroslav Karpushin. He comes alongside it side by side. He pulled himself out. Anyway, back with the leaders then. Brian Uriarte still with the advantage over Pratama and Hakim Danish.
And he wants somebody else to take charge or what? I don't know. Or is he just a bit spooked and needs to gather himself again?
Well, yeah. Uriarte and Karpushin now, as there are just 8 laps remaining. We've gone past half distance. They've got a very, very slight advantage over the 17 of Yaroslav Karpushin. You know, he knows there's a few laps to go and he can afford just to follow Brian for a corner or two.
Well, this leading group now has become Kurdistani rider. Just what a tick up in form he's had since that.
Because he's not going to get away from them, is he? No, 3 abreast behind Brian Uriarte, but Marco
from about 17 riders worth. The only riders not in it are Mon and Yane and Danish. Hole in that front row starting podium back in.
Morelli holds on to second place ahead of Veda Pratama.
That was brilliant at the moment then. So it's in a massive leading group compared to Germany. Really impressive. One of the youngest riders on the Rookies Cup grid, isn't he? Absolutely brilliant. Well then, Leo Ramersdorfer into 9th place as well as we look back down the order. Lennox from the sort of lap times they were putting in qualifying and things though. This is sort of lap time. Hakim Danish went very wide there. That could have been a long lap penalty for Mara as well, the Swiss rider. This is the best we've seen from him. Really good stuff. Congratulations to him. Times that we were seeing in free practice too, actually, Peter.
Well, with the worn tyres.
Exactly.
Yeah, with the worn.
Danish, he was certainly right on the edge of the white. Did he actually go onto the green? That for that rider, however he finishes up, this is really good. As we see, Danish has gone down again.
Tyres which they use for practices, free practices.
Qualifying
1 and 2.
a 1:28.0. That is the question.
And he's still there in 3rd place. And Christian Daniel
again, Peter, unfortunately, that'll be him down and out of the race. And that's from Karpushin. So yes, the tyres distinctly a bit more worn now.
Junior up into 5th again. I think somebody way off in the green there. Christian Daniel Jr. He'd lost a few
A lot from Hakim.
It's not a way to end the year. But anyway, let's hope. Yes, indeed. Okay, there talking of Karpushin, the pole man. There he is heading the pack. And places perhaps when that messy lap a couple of and blown up and saved him from injury, and these Brian Uriarte in 2nd place, and it may well be that we've just